Can you really believe it, Claire? We finally managed to buy ourselves our own house after all this time.
I know. It feels amazing, doesn't it? We don't have to pay rent or deal with crazy landlords anymore ever again. I love that we have our own house. Just love it!
We signed all the contracts. We got the loan, plus the hefty sum of money that you came up with. The house finally became ours. It was all possible thanks to you, sweetie. Thanks so much for the help.
Aw, that's sweet. But come on, it's not all just my doing. After all, we did it together. And since I did the best I could to pay for the wedding expenses too, now all that's left to do is for us to live happily ever after.
Yeah. Thanks for agreeing to marry such a dope like me, Claire. Let's do our best to make it our best lives possible.
Yeah, agreed. Let's not ever fight just like we promised each other on our wedding day. And we're going to live so blissfully happy together until we grow old and gray, sitting in our rocking chairs.
I love you even more when you say such sweet words, hon. Let me know when you get off work later in the evening. I'll come and pick you up at your office.
All right, thanks. You're the best. I'll see you in the evening then. Hi, Carol! This is Penelope, Paul's sister. I've got something to ask you. Do you have a minute?
Sure, Penelope. What did you want to ask me?
Well, I just wanted to ask you exactly how old your car is.
My car? I think it's about 10 years old. Yeah, because I remember my father bought it for me after I got my driver's license when I was around 20 years old. So I think, yeah, it's been about 10 years now. Why?
Oh, nothing. It's just that I saw it today and it looked like it was almost ready to be sent to the junkyard to be scrapped. So, that's why I just wanted to ask, how many years it's been since you bought the car, exactly?
Yeah, I know it looks quite old, but it still runs pretty well. I've been doing my best to maintain it as much as possible.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think that's probably just how you like to look at it. I don't think others will quite say the same about your car. People probably think that we must be near homeless to be riding around in something like that. Why don't you just sell that old junk car and use that money to change Paul's car instead? It's not like you need to use a car to go anywhere for long periods of time anyway.
Actually, Penelope, I also need to drive to work, and sometimes I do need to go long distances also. And to be honest, I don't really care about other people's opinions too much in general, so it doesn't bother me too much what they think of my car.
Wow! For real? Well, you're quite the brave one, aren't you? If I were you, I would have scrapped my car a long time ago because I would be too embarrassed to drive it around. Be careful with that thing, Claire. It looks like one of its tires suddenly will fall off and you will end up in a car accident while driving it around or something.
There's not a chance that that's happening, so don't you worry about that. Well, anyway, thanks so much for showing your concern. It was nice to meet you today. Hey, babe. Thinking about changing my car. What? Why? What are you talking about? Why would you change a perfectly functioning car? Well, the engine wouldn't start today, so I actually had to take the subway to work. The engine wouldn't start? Are you sure? Is it because it's so cold lately? Well, I mean, the car is a bit old, isn't it? Then why don't you take this opportunity to just scrap your old car and help me change my own car instead? There's this new model that I've been interested in buying these days. Paul, are you out of your mind? You just changed your car less than a year ago. Yeah, but if you're going to scrap your car anyway, then why not just help to change mine? Don't you think so? The one I'm driving now is not comfortable at all to drive, and it's always breaking down anyway. I've heard that in some cases, it can suddenly blow up in highways and stuff like that. Well, your car has never blown up in the highway, has it? Yeah, but still. Come on! You're being so unfair right now. Fine. But you don't get to change your car either then. It's just a waste of money. You can rent one instead.
I think renting a car will be even more of a waste of money. I'll have to think about it.
Wait, but do you even have the money to change your car?
Yeah, I do.
What? You do? Then how come you never told me?
It's my personal money that I saved up over the years with a lot of effort, and it's completely my own. So honestly, I didn't feel the need to tell you in the slightest. You must have your own savings account and stuff too, right? I never once said anything to you about that.
No, I'm not saying that I have a problem with that. But still, if you have the money to buy yourself a new car, then you could have definitely pitched in more when we bought our house.
Excuse me? I thought we had everything figured out together with the loan and the interest, and I did pitch in for the money that was missing. Was I supposed to tell you not to get the loan because I would pay for the whole house? Paul, I don't have that kind of money.
No, but I'm just saying that it's a bit regretful now that I know that you had more money to spend. It's a big burden for me to have to pay for the interest every month, you know?
Wow. You're speaking as if you were the only one who took on that burden to pay back the loan. Because the last time I checked, I am also paying it back with you month after month. I am already helping you financially in all areas that I can, so what exactly is the big issue here?
You know what? Forget it. Never mind. It's only gonna lead to another argument if it keeps on going like this. Fine. Do whatever the heck you want. Change your car or not. I don't even care anymore.
Okay, great. I'm going to go buy it today then. You told me to change it, right? You agreed? No takebacks.
Wow, you really changed it. You certainly have some high-level execution skills, don't you?
Well, yeah. You said I could change my car or whatever I wanted. So I changed it. What's the problem?
I still think that the way you spent that money is such a waste, no matter how much I think about it. If I knew that you had that money, we could have taken out a smaller loan for the house. Or you could have helped me to change my car instead.
Paul, I told you already. It's only been 1 year since you changed your car. The loan for the house was something that you already took out, and anyway, I already happily paid for my share of buying the house. I don't know how many times I have to tell you the same thing. I just don't get why you are so unhappy with this decision.
You just don't get it, do you? Don't you think that you're being too irrational with your spendings?
Excuse me?
I mean, don't you think that this was a very spur-of-the-moment decision to buy a new car just like that? Who goes out to buy a car the very same day that they had the idea? I mean, who does that? People usually think things through and ask themselves things like, is this really the right decision? Perhaps it could be used for more useful purposes.
I think you are forgetting that I need to go to work every day too. Would you rather have me not work and just stay at home instead? Do you want me to become a housewife who stays at home and goes to yoga class and brunches and stuff like that?
You know that's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say, couldn't you have been a bit more discreet with this decision? As usual, you sure have an unnatural ability of twisting my words.
Well, sorry, but to me it sounded like that's what you're saying. Anyway, I already changed the car. I can't return it now. So wouldn't it be better if you just let me enjoy the new car, now that I already got it? Your own sister told me that my car looks like it's going to all of a sudden blow out a tire in the middle of the road and flip over a couple of times. Your own wife was riding around in a car of that level. And you're seriously going to go on and on about my changing it?
You know what? Forget it. Fine. Yeah, the new car looks good. Happy?
Whatever. Let's just stop this back and forth. Stop texting me, and I guess I'll see you at home later.
What did you do now, Claire?
What happened?
I just passed by your house. Did you buy yourself a new car?
Oh, you saw that, did you? Yeah, I finally changed my old car. I mean, it's a used one, but still. Now at least I have a normal functioning car.
And where did you get the money to buy that car? Don't tell me that you bought it with the money that my darling son worked day and night for.
No, Yvonne, not at all. I had been keeping a savings account so that I can buy myself a new car. So when my old car finally broke down, I decided to spend it.
Are you out of your mind? Don't you think it was such a waste of all that money? Why would you use all of that up to buy yourself a car?
What? I told you that it was the money that I had been specifically saving up so that I can buy myself a new car.
If you had that kind of money, you could have spent it when you two were buying the house. Or you could use it towards paying back some of the loan now. Don't you think you're being so selfish here, only thinking of yourself? If you got married, then it's time to start thinking about your husband too. Not just about yourself.
Yvonne, I already paid my part of the share when we were buying the house. And it's not like I had saved up a ton of money here either. It was just enough to scrap my old junk car to change it for a normal one. I don't understand what is such a big issue with that.
You've just been married for less than a year, and you're already spending that much money and being so careless with your finances. I don't even know where to begin to teach you such things.
I already know all that I need to know, even if you don't teach me anything, Yvonne. So don't you worry about that.
Well, I sincerely disagree. I don't know if you're just being childish or just a bit empty-headed right now. If you weren't going to pay more towards buying the house, then we could have even given Penelope some spending money with that.
Why? Couldn't she work part-time in a restaurant or a shop or something? I heard all the college kids work part-time these days.
And why on earth would she do that? She has you and her brother working full-time and earning good money.
That's exactly why Penelope still has no sense of independence at her age. Because you spoil her so much. This is the only way she'll learn, by going out into the real world. Otherwise, she's going to have to learn it the hard way anyway when she starts working for real.
Why don't you mind your own business and take care of your own life instead, Claire?
Okay, sure, will do. By the way, thanks for dinner today.
Such an empty-headed person you are, Claire. I swear I can't even talk to you properly.
Hey, Claire. I heard that you changed your car. Is it because I said something to you the other day?
Hey, it's pretty late at night to be messaging right now, don't you think?
Yes, I did change my car. But it's because my car engine stopped working, so that's why I changed it. Not because of what you said earlier. Are you sure about that? I think you're lying.
Now, why on earth would I lie to you, Penelope?
Well, that's a real bummer. If I knew you had the money all along, then I would have asked you to give me more spending money before you left tonight.
Listen, Penelope. I'm not some ATM machine or wallet that you can just collect cash from whenever you want. And I'm not going to be buying you whatever you demand whenever you want. Anyway, I don't have any more money to spend.
I'm just saying that if you had the money to buy yourself a car, then you certainly had money to spare me a few bills so that I can buy myself some essential items. Are you actually stupid or just pretending not to understand me right now?
It's neither. Instead of asking me for your spending money, why don't you just start working part-time somewhere if you need extra cash to buy yourself a few things?
Why in the world would I do such a dumb thing if I barely have enough time to study for my classes right now? Are you going to take responsibility if my grades start falling? Anyway, you and Paul are already working and earning good money. So why would I work too? So annoying.
I never heard of someone's grades falling just because they started working part-time. And plus, we can't keep taking care of you and giving you money every time you need it like you are still a child or something. We also need to live and pay for our own lives and also save up money for important things that we need in the future.
Well, of course I know that. And I'm sure that you can take care of that well by yourselves, can't you? Anyway, you really think that changing your car is not a waste of money? And yet giving to your only sister-in-law is such a waste of money to you, right? I didn't see you as that kind of person, but you really are a bit of a cheapskate.
Oh yeah, sure, Penelope. I am a big cheapskate, aren't I? You're right.
Yeah, that's why when I go to the supermarket and see anything on sale, I get so excited just to save a few bucks that day. Wow. Are you being serious right now? Yeah. So that's why I sincerely hope that you don't ask me to give you more allowance from this point onwards. I mean, it's hard enough as it is to get by for Paul and I, and you are certainly not helping. So, are you saying that it's my fault that you guys are struggling? It's not all your fault, but part of it certainly is. Anyway, if you've got nothing more to say, can we stop talking and just both go to sleep already? I have to go to work tomorrow, and I'm getting quite sleepy. Fine, whatever. Great. Why don't you go ahead and sleep too, if you don't want to be late for class?
Claire, are you free for lunch tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Well, I think I need to check my schedule first.
I wanted to ask if Penelope could borrow your car tomorrow.
Why? Penelope wants to borrow my car?
Yeah. She wants to go somewhere a bit far, and so she needs a car. You said it's a used car anyway, so I'm sure she can borrow it, right?
Well, I don't know. If she's going far, then does that mean that she won't make it back by evening time?
Yeah, most probably not. She'll be back later in the night.
So you want me to take the subway back home when I get off work tonight?
Yes, naturally. If my daughter wants to borrow your car today, then of course you will need to take the subway home in the evening. Why do you ask? Don't tell me that even this is too much to ask from you also.
Actually, yeah. It's going to be a bit much to ask from me. Anyway, I don't let just anyone borrow my car.
Anyone? Did you just call Penelope just anyone?
Yeah, I did call Penelope just anyone. I mean, it's not like we're related by blood or anything. Then that makes the two of us almost like strangers. I mean, strictly speaking, doesn't it?
Wow. You are just being so rude right now, Claire. Is it that difficult for you to let your sister-in-law borrow your car just for once? Why are you making such a big deal out of this? Anyway, you take away all the money that Paul makes for yourself all the time, don't you? And then you secretly save up your own money so that you can buy yourself a new car. The nerve!
Taking all the money from Paul for myself? Wow. What in the world are you even talking about right now?
Yeah, I said it. You couldn't even help out with buying your own house, and instead you decided to save it all up so you could eventually use it all for yourself. And then you don't even acknowledge that you did anything wrong here. Isn't that right? You have something more to add here.
Wow. I can't even right now.
I'm going to show you once and for all. I didn't take Paul's money, so please be sure to make sure of it with your own two eyes. Now look, just whose money are we using for daily expenses? And how much money I contributed towards buying our house. What the hell are you doing right now, Claire? You invited my mom and my sister just so you can upload this crap?
Yeah, what are you trying to do right now, Claire? What do you want from us? You want us to compliment you for spending more money? You act like you're so thrifty, and then it turns out you actually spend quite a lot on household expenses, huh?
Yeah, we never asked to see any of this. Why are you sending us this?
I knew it. It actually doesn't change a thing, does it? That I show you all the evidence. The reason I'm showing you all this is that now, none of you can tell me that I didn't spend enough money on the house. Or that I should have given more allowance money to Penelope or whatever. Actually, I would rather just get you all out of my life right now.
What did you just say? What are you talking about? What a rude young woman you are, Claire. You are talking to your own mother-in-law and asking me to get out of your life?
Yeah, exactly. Do you want me to repeat that? Just please get the hell out of my life. I want to file for a divorce. I am leaving Paul and you lousy people for good. I simply can't do this anymore. I mean, the only thing I did here was buy a car with my own damn money. And I don't know why I have to put up with such nonsense from any of you for doing such a simple thing. I contributed just as much to the household expenses as Paul from the very beginning. If I had to pay even more money for the house than I already did, then it would have been better if I would have just bought the house by myself. Isn't that right, Paul?
Yeah, but isn't asking for a divorce a bit of an overreaction here? And what about the loan? Do you expect me to pay back the loan all by myself? In just 2 years, we need to pay back the money and the interest altogether. Now, how do you expect me to do that without your help?
Well, I don't know and I don't care. All I know is that I'm divorcing you. Why should I care if you pay back your loan or not? You can whine about it all you want to your amazing, lovely mother. Oh, and by the way, you can keep the house. But you better give me back the money that I gave you to buy the house within this month. Claire, don't you think you're being super dramatic right now?
Yeah, it seems like you're super pretty angry at the moment, so why don't you calm down first and then we can talk it out. I agree. I think you're being way too emotional right now, Claire. How do you expect us to pay you back all that money within just 1 month?
Honestly, I don't think it's any of my business how you managed to come up with my money. Just take care of it, will you? And you, Yvonne, you really did so well raising your 2 kids, didn't you? Your lazy daughter is 20 years old and she doesn't even know how to get a part-time job to earn any money for herself. And your dear son is now about to become a divorcee.
Claire, please, let's meet and discuss this. In person. I'm begging you, Claire. I admit that I was totally in the wrong here. Let's get our heads clear, and we then can talk it out together heart to heart.
Ah, hell no! I never want to meet you or talk with you ever again. So please just get out of my life as soon as possible. Let's not run into each other ever again in our lives, even by accident. My mother-in-law, who complained, asking why I didn't contribute more when we were buying our house instead when I bought a car with my own hard-earned money. My husband, who wanted me to use my money to change his car instead of mine. And my sister-in-law, who wanted me to give her more allowance instead of buying myself a car. After dealing with all that unnecessary stress, I finally blew up and decided to get a divorce with Paul. He actually managed to pay me back the money that I had put down to buy the house just in time to meet my deadline. To be honest, there were some red flags I noticed before we had gotten married, but I didn't know that the problems would actually be this serious. After finally becoming single again, I was able to become more focused on my own work, and my hard work was eventually recognized enough that I was made the branch manager of an overseas office. Now I ride around in a brand new car, not a used one. And I have even met a great person to be in a new loving relationship with. I think my life can become a little bit shinier too moving forward. Don't you think? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Laura, dear, I just want to say that I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. You didn't catch a cold or anything, did you? Are you feeling okay now?
I'm feeling just fine. I was only stuck outside for an hour or so. Of course I didn't catch a cold.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, honey. But even so, for you to have accidentally locked yourself out of the house, and on the coldest day of the year, too. I didn't notice your text messages, and Mike didn't hear my phone buzzing either. We were having such a lively conversation at the time. But all the while, his poor little wife was outside in the freezing cold. He must have felt awful.
I wouldn't really mind if you didn't notice my texts. But I actually tried texting and calling Mike too. Not just you. You both knew I was stuck outside, didn't you?
Huh? You think we knew that you were locked out there all along?
Aren't you the one who told me to go to the grocery store to stock up on milk and bread because it looked like it was going to snow? When I got back, I knocked on the door and rang the doorbell a bunch of times. I don't think it'd be possible not to realize that I was trying to get in.
Oh my, so you did notice our little joke. Don't be so mad, honey. You know we just like to tease you, that's all. We're always joking around. I know you're plenty used to it.
You say I'm used to the teasing, but every time you do it, I ask you to cut it out. Yet you don't stop. Are you actually listening to what I say?
Don't forget that Mike is in on this too. You should be saying the same to him. My baby's my partner in crime, after all. We're two peas in a pod.
Oh, I do. Don't worry. I'm always telling you both the same thing. Please give the teasing a rest. It's not funny and I don't enjoy it.
You say you're telling him to stop, but is he really listening to what you have to say if he's still doing it?
You know, a while back I got so fed up with it all, I actually started doing the paperwork to file for a divorce. The mean-spirited jokes were just too much. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't go through with it at the time, but I still have all the documents stored away just in case. I'm only ever able to get Mike to apologize for his behavior by threatening to divorce him.
Wait, are you serious? Did you actually do the paperwork and everything? Oh my gosh! There's no way. If you really did that, then Mike would be shocked.
At this point, I don't know how many times I've made that threat. It happens so often, it probably doesn't even mean anything to him anymore, I guess. But wait, weren't we talking about you apologizing too? It's great that you and Mike are so close and all. It really is. But can you please stop with the teasing? Surely there's another way for you two to have fun together.
I'm sorry, honey. We just end up doing it without even realizing. Mike and I may be mother and son, but really it feels more like we're best friends. I know yesterday we ended up having a little too much fun. It had been such a long time since we had gotten together and all. We got carried away in the moment. I'm really sorry about that, dear.
Thanks for the apology, but I can't help but feel that it doesn't mean anything. How many times have we been through this? I've lost count. At this point, it's honestly hard to believe that you actually feel sorry about anything.
Why would you say such a thing, honey? Of course I'm actually sorry. You're my dear son Mike's beautiful bride, after all. I treasure our relationship and love you like you're my own daughter.
Okay, well, if you say so. I guess I'll forgive you this time, too.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, dear. You are such a sweetheart. And I just know you'll forgive Mike too, won't you? After all, even though you give us a bit of a scolding, you always forgive our little jokes with a laugh, don't you?
Yeah, I guess that's how it always goes.
That's the Laura I know and love. You really are the perfect wife for Mike. I knew it from the day I met you. You're such a team player. I am so proud to have you as my daughter-in-law. And Mike's always telling me how happy he is that he has such a kind-hearted bride, too. We love you so much.
I'm glad to hear that, at least. I'll be happy as long as you two actually cut down on the pranks from now on. Please try to restrain yourselves next time, okay?
Of course, honey. I understand completely. Anything for you. Oh, by the way, there's something I wanted to tell you about. Did you hear from Mike that I'm thinking about planning a family vacation soon?
Yeah, I believe he mentioned something like that. If I remember correctly, he said you were just thinking about it and hadn't planned any of the details. Is that right?
Yep. Sounds like he told you everything there is to know. It feels like forever since I've had a proper vacation, and I want the whole family to be able to enjoy it too. I'll take care of the planning and such. I'll let you know the details once I have them. All you have to do is get ready, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks for offering to do all the planning. I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. I'm excited, and I'm sure that Mike is as well. Neither of us has been anywhere fun since our honeymoon.
I'll go ahead and start looking for the perfect destination. You can count on me. Have a nice day. Talk to you later. Hi, honey. I finished all the planning for the family vacation. I even have a date. Oh, you've already got it all lined up? What destination did you end up deciding on? I'll be sending Mike all the details later, so I won't bother you with the specifics right now. My plan is that we'll fly to a resort near the ocean. It's been so cold here. I need to warm up. But to add to the excitement, the exact location will be a secret. If I save the reveal for the day we leave, then it'll be a fun surprise for you. Is this just our usual teasing again? Well, if it's a good surprise, then I guess I don't mind that much. It's better than your usual mean-spirited jokes. I know, right? Surprises are so much fun. I just know that you'll be so happy. So please look forward to it, dear. We'll leave at the end of the month. Be sure to get everything ready. Got it. Thanks for setting all this up. It's been a long time since I went to a resort, so I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that you're excited about this, honey. I already called Mike around lunchtime and told him everything that I've told you. He was even more enthusiastic than I expected. He said it will definitely be a wonderful family vacation. One for the history books. One for the history books? You better not mean that in a weird way. I hope you two don't get up to any funny business. Don't get carried away, okay? If we get there and it's just endless pranks, I don't think I'll have very much fun. Laura, whatever could you be talking about? You think we'd cause a problem for the resort during our vacation? We're proper adults. We wouldn't do anything like that. I really hope that's the case. I don't want to get angry when I'm supposed to be enjoying a relaxing vacation. You say that, but you would actually be enjoying it, wouldn't you? What do you mean? What would I be enjoying? Me and Mike teasing you, of course. I know that you actually like our little jokes. If that were true, then why do you think I always get angry? Would I get angry if I actually liked it? That's just a part of the fun, dear. Your reaction is what makes it all worth doing. You're so funny when you get angry. That's why we always end up going overboard. You're just too cute. Oh, so that's what it is. But listen, I just want to make sure that you understand. I don't get angry because I enjoy it or because I'm having a good time. It's not a fun experience for me at all. Please don't make weird assumptions like that. Don't worry, honey, I won't. You're quite the contrarian, you know. But I think that part of you is cute too. Okay, if you say so. Anyway, the trip will be at the end of this month, right? Over the holiday? I assume that you'll be making all the reservations? Of course. Leave it to me. I already told Mike this, but it'd be great if he could come pick us up on the day of so we can just park one car at the airport. We'll all be traveling together. It'll be a real family vacation. I hope you're looking forward to it. Rose? Are you there? Did Mike already come pick you guys up? Mike? Yes, he already arrived. Is there something you need from him? Oh, thank God. It was just taking longer than I thought. I was getting worried. I haven't heard from him for 2 hours. Well, today is the day of the trip after all. He got here safe and sound, so don't you worry, dear. Great. Will you all be headed back this way before too long? It's getting kind of late, and since nobody told me the schedule, I'm worried that we might be late. I don't want to be running through the airport. I'm all ready to go over here, so I'll be able to hop in the car as soon as you all arrive. Huh? You'll hop in the car when we arrive? What are you talking about? Huh?
I was still getting a few things ready over here, so Mike said he'd go ahead and get you guys without me. After that, he'd swing back by here, pick me up, and then we'd all head to the airport. That's what he told me, anyway.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry! Honey, we forgot all about you.
What? What do you mean you forgot about me? Wasn't today the big family vacation that you've been planning for all of us?
Well, since it's a family vacation, we thought we had everyone already. You're just family by marriage, after all. Originally, it was just the three of us. We're so used to it just being me, Ronald, and Mike. We forgot that anyone else was coming.
Are you seriously saying that? Like, you actually forgot about me? You didn't remember that I was a member of your family?
I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Oh, honey, I feel so bad. I wish that we could come back and get you right now. But we just boarded the plane, so I don't think that's possible.
Ah, okay. I see. So that's how it is.
I'm so sorry about our little mistake. I promise we'll bring you some souvenirs to make up for it. So I hope you can forgive us.
Oh, you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. After all, starting now, I'm not in your family anyway. I quit. Please have a good time on your family vacation.
Oh my. What are you saying, dear? Is this just one of your empty threats? Or maybe a bad joke? Either way, it's not very funny. I think you should give it a rest. Humor never was your strong suit.
No, this isn't just a joke or a threat. I am actually leaving your family for good. I've had enough of this nonsense. I believe I told you about this a while back. I got so sick of Mike's pranks that I actually got all the divorce paperwork ready. It's filled out and ready to go. I've been keeping it in a safe just in case. It seems like it'll be coming in handy now.
Wait, surely you're joking. Aren't you?
Of course I'm not. Unlike you, I don't joke about the kinds of things that can actually hurt people's feelings. I'll go get the paperwork now, so just wait there. Be back in a second.
Hold on, honey. There's no need for anything like that. I was lying about the plane. It was just a prank. I was just teasing you. Of course we're not actually on the plane right now. How could you have possibly believed such an obvious joke? We just wanted to give you a little surprise and have a laugh like we always do as usual. That's all, honey. We would never really forget you. Surely you know that. We'll come and get you right away, so just wait there. See you soon!
So it was another prank. And you think I'm just going to laugh this one off too? I swear, this is the last straw. I'm done. I've been thinking for so long that putting up with this nonsense is practically killing me, that I shouldn't keep going along with you and your so-called jokes. Thanks for giving me such a great opportunity to finally put my foot down once and for all.
Laura, I'm serious. Wait a second. Mike and I took things too far this time, didn't we? We'll give you a proper apology as soon as we pick you up, so you'll forgive us, won't you?
Why should I bother to forgive you? I don't owe you anything. What I do need to do is go down to City Hall so I can file this paperwork. I've got a lot to do, so I can't chat anymore. Bye.
Laura! Wait, don't go! Laura! Answer the phone! Laura! Hey, Laura. Where are you? We came back to your house to pick you up, but you're not here. Even if we leave now, we won't be late. So you'll come on the family vacation with us, won't you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I already left. I'm at my parents' house right now. I divorced Mike, so there's no reason for me to be at his house anymore. And I don't have any intention of going back there either.
Stop exaggerating, saying you're already divorced. I bet you didn't even file the paperwork, did you? Let's get together and apologize and be done with all this. It'll all just be water under the bridge, right?
Sorry, but it's a little too late for that. I already filed the divorce paperwork. It's already being processed.
There's no way. You're lying, aren't you? Oh, I see. You're just trying to get back at us for our little surprise earlier. Let's just stop this joking around and apologize, okay? I don't think pranks are really your style.
No, I'm not joking. I did what I said I'd do. I actually took the paperwork to City Hall and filed it. I believe that in a few days, Mike should be getting a notice in the mail regarding the divorce. This is goodbye. Thanks for everything, I guess.
Don't you mess with me! Look, I know that what Mike and I did was wrong. We took things too far this time. But it was just our usual prank, that's all. Just a little joke. Certainly nothing worth getting divorced over.
Just a little joke? Well, I guess that's how you two see it, huh? Just a prank, like always. Just a mother and son having some fun together. Sorry, but from my end, it's not like that.
What do you mean it's not like that? You always smile and say it was all okay, don't you?
When did I ever say any of it was okay? I just put up with it because I thought I didn't have a choice. After all, Mike and I have only been married a year. I thought I just need to be patient, that eventually things would settle out and we'd have a normal relationship. Seems like I was wrong.
But Laura, you knew that we weren't serious. You knew we were just having a laugh. What's so wrong with that?
I wrote that the reason for the divorce was that my husband was always harassing me. I told him to stop and that I didn't appreciate his behavior, but he always said that he was just joking and that I was taking things too seriously. Not only did my husband mistreat me, but I was harassed by my mother-in-law as well. She even locked me out of the house on purpose, despite knowing that it was the coldest day of the year and the temperatures outside were below freezing. And to top it all off, I was even left behind on the day of the family vacation. Despite having been led to believe that I was invited, I was apparently forgotten because I was only a member of the family by marriage. How can you not see something's wrong with these things? Do you actually think that I enjoyed having any of that done to me?
Look, it's true that we took things too far. You've got me there. But the pranks and jokes were just an expression of our love. We thought we were just having fun with you. All we did was love on you a little too much, dear. That's all. Why can't you understand that?
So basically, since you were just joking around, I had to put up with it. Is that right? And then afterward, I was supposed to smile, laugh, and tell you that I didn't mind. There's no way you can be serious. Surely you're joking about not understanding how that's wrong. Even after all this, you really can't give up the pranking, can you?
But honey, Mike really does feel bad about this. Try putting yourself in his shoes and imagining what he's thinking right now. He certainly didn't want to get divorced. I can tell you that for certain. A good wife should have some sympathy for her husband's feelings.
Why should I care about his feelings when he clearly never cared about mine?
He'll care about your feelings from now on. I promise. You have my word. If you really do hate our little jokes, then we'll stop doing them for good, okay? And then everything will be all right and we can live as a happy family again.
This conversation really is pointless, isn't it? You've just been trying to brush over all the things you've done wrong and make it look like I'm somehow the bad guy for even bringing it up. Rose, do you have any self-awareness at all?
What? How am I brushing over the things I've done wrong? I told you that I know we went too far. I thought I was apologizing to you, Laura.
How many times have I warned you about this? How many times have I said that I don't like your pranks and that I want you to stop? And did you actually take what I said seriously? Did you ever change your ways? Why should I believe the apology of someone who has never once shown remorse or attempted to correct their behavior? Now that's a little harsh, Laura. Mike and I said that what we did was wrong, didn't we? I said we're sorry. So why are you still nitpicking like this? Is that something that a wife should do to her husband and his family? So in the end, that's what you really think? That I'm just nitpicking? You never had any intention of apologizing to me, did you? You really don't think that what you did was wrong at all? If you did, then you wouldn't say something like that to me after all that's happened. You never do stop nagging, do you? Didn't I tell you that this was just our way of showing you our love? Are you not even capable of understanding the way your family communicates? So basically what you're saying is this. I always have to accept the ways you hurt me because that's how you have fun. And since that's how you show your love, I just have to smile and let it happen. And on top of all that, you won't even acknowledge the divorce or any of my objections to your behavior. So understanding all that, I need to hurry up and forgive you. It almost sounds like you're asking me to apologize. I didn't say anything like that. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just summarizing what you've said to me in this conversation. Do you not remember what you've been saying? You should go back and read what you've been writing. I think if you did, you might begin to understand, even just a little. That's enough. Don't you mess with me. Even now, despite everything you've said to me, I want you to know that I still love you as my precious daughter-in-law. What do you have to say to that? How can you be so ungrateful? You got your feelings a little hurt and now you're whining about wanting a divorce. Just how shallow of a person are you? Rose, I don't even know what point you're trying to make anymore. None of your arguments make any sense. I don't have anything else to say to you anyway. So this conversation ends here. Also, just so you know, I will be claiming alimony as a part of the divorce. So look forward to a notice in the mail about that as well. Now you wait just a minute. Why would you do that? Are you talking about money? Just who do you think will be paying who? Yep, I'm talking about the money that Mike will be paying me to make up for all the mistreatment I've had to endure. And since he doesn't have enough to pay, he'll probably come running to his BFF mommy to help him with the payments. I've been keeping a record of all the times that the two of you have harassed me and called it a joke. Using that, I'll also be looking in to see what legal action I can take against you in terms of harassment. So, you were even going so far as to keep a record. I can't believe it. I'll never allow such a thing. I don't need your permission. I just wanted to let you know in advance. Please look forward to hearing the details from my lawyer later. I said, wait a minute. I've done nothing to deserve this. I never did anything wrong to you. I'm not giving you any money. Do you think you can sue us because of some jokes and teasing? Are you crazy? This may come as a shock, but though it may not seem that way to you, to society at large, my complaints are perfectly legitimate, and this is a fair way to settle things between us. Fair? There's nothing fair about it. We were just living a normal life. What's there to complain about? How can you be so ungrateful? Rose, I think you and Mike may not realize just how far away from normal your way of thinking is from the rest of society. You need to take a good hard look at yourself so that you can understand just how outrageous you sound to the average person. After all, the next wife might not be as tolerant as I was. If there is a next wife, that is. After that, I did just as I told my mother-in-law I would do. I sued both her and Mike for harassment. Because I had kept such a thorough record of all the ways the two of them had harassed me with their so-called jokes and teasing, I was able to receive all the money I had claimed without any issues. Rose and Mike insisted until the bitter end that they didn't want to pay me. Maybe after all this, they can finally begin to understand just how far their way of thinking was from society at large. I feel a little bad that my father-in-law, who had never really been involved with the mistreatment directly, got caught up in this too. But it's not like he ever made any attempt to stop Rose or Mike either. He just sat by and let it happen. Maybe this will give all of them a chance to change their flawed way of thinking. I might even be saving others from the emotional damage that I had to go through. That's what I like to imagine anyway, as I collect the money for the damages. Now that I'm separated from Mike and I don't have to put up with him or Rose anymore, I'm living a happy and peaceful life by myself as a single person. Looking back at how much I put up with that treatment in the name of getting used to married life, I can see how senseless that patience was. I feel so refreshed now. The difference is unreal. I really should have gotten out of that relationship sooner. I will do my best from now on to avoid having people like them in my life. I am determined to ensure nothing like that ever happens to me again. Anyone who thinks their personal enjoyment should come at the expense of others isn't worth my time or attention. I think I can safely say that the only good thing to have come out of my marriage with Mike was that I was able to learn this lesson, and that I'll be able to prioritize my own emotional well-being from now on. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more.
Noah, have you looked? I think we could finally download our wedding photos. I was just looking at them and all of the photos they took are really good. It's hard to choose. Oh, I almost cried looking at them because they brought back the feelings from that day. It was so amazing. By the way, you look amazing in every photo, but you always look good, so I'm not surprised.
Really? We can finally download them? I've been waiting for so long. You're so lucky you can look at them right now. I can't. I'll look at them as soon as I can. I can't wait to see how they came out.
Looking back on it, the wedding was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Oh, I still remember every detail.
It definitely was. It was one of the best days of my life. Even my seniors at work commented and said how nice the ceremony was. I think everyone was quite impressed. It was definitely worth the time and preparation we put into it. I'm glad it all came together so well.
Yeah, especially because we worked so hard during the year just to make it all happen. It would have been horrible if it didn't go as planned. Luckily it did, and it was so much fun. The preparation was a lot and kind of stressful, but it was worth it to see all our friends and family enjoying the day with us.
Don't forget about that stressful dieting we were doing too. We really had to work hard to restrain ourselves from drinking the alcohol we love and the sweets we always craved. That was probably the hardest part for me. I'm so glad we don't have to hold back anymore.
Hold on there. Don't get too excited. You can't go eating whatever you want just yet.
What do you mean? Why not?
We still have our honeymoon to think about, remember? If we eat whatever we want now, we'll gain weight and won't be able to wear our swimsuits. I want to make sure we look good in them.
Oh, yeah, I guess I did forget about that. It looks like we'll have to put up with this diet for a little longer then, huh?
Well, if you're strict with yourself and just eat in moderation, I guess that's good enough. It's just a matter of properly managing the amount you eat.
You're right, I'll do just that. But to be honest, I can't go without alcohol anymore. It's been too long. I for sure want to drink whatever I want when we go on our trip. And if you think about it, we are finally traveling overseas. I want to taste the food and drinks there. It's a rare opportunity for both of us.
Where are you planning to go for our honeymoon? You definitely chose a place near the ocean, didn't you?
You know I did. I definitely want somewhere on the Mediterranean Sea.
A country on the Mediterranean Sea. If that's the case, how about Spain?
I don't know too much about foreign countries, but is Spain a nice place to visit? Be honest.
Of course, it has a lot of World Heritage sites and it even has some really famous resorts. Spain is amazing. And I can't forget about the food. It is so good. Surprisingly, I think it suits American taste buds pretty well too, so there's not much we'd be dissatisfied with.
Really? Then that's perfect. We'll be able to try a lot of new foods.
Exactly. But remember, in moderation. Anyway, I really want to be in Spain for about a week. I should be able to if I align it with the long holiday periods at work.
I believe I'll have the most days off to go in July.
That might be perfect. If it's around that time, I won't have to fight too much to get approved for a few days off. It'll definitely be crowded if we go in July, but whatever, it should be still fun.
Do you really think it'll be that crowded?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it gets crowded during the summer. A lot of people like to travel during that season, especially to Spain. But honestly, it doesn't really matter for us if we book and stay at a resort.
If we book a resort, will they provide tours and such too? I've never been abroad before, so I'd feel a bit more at ease if we had some guided tours planned.
Let's do that. It shouldn't be a problem. I can reserve our tour here at work. I'll do it later. Since I'm an employee here, I can actually get a discount. I don't know why I didn't think about this myself.
Perfect. That's what I call teamwork. It's a good thing you work for a travel agency too. It definitely comes in handy in this type of situation. On top of that, you know all of the ins and outs when it comes to travel. Plus, you can do all of the paperwork without any problems.
Right? I'm glad I work here. A lot of people will definitely want to book this trip, so I have to reserve our spots as soon as possible. If I wait too long, even the hotels won't be available anymore.
You're right. Let's do it as soon as possible. Oh yeah, and make sure you make reservations for 3 people, please. I'll leave all the details to you.
Wait, reservations for 3 people? What do you mean? Isn't it just the 2 of us?
Nope. 3 people, us and 1 more.
Noah, what do you mean? You know this is our honeymoon that we're planning, right? Why in the world would there be 3 people?
Relax. My mom said she wants to come along with us. I told her it wouldn't be an issue.
Again? What? Your mom wants to come with us? Let me get this straight. She wants to join us for our honeymoon?
Technically, she doesn't want to join our honeymoon. She just hasn't been overseas before, so she thought it would be a good opportunity. It's perfect, wouldn't you agree? We enjoy our honeymoon, and she enjoys whatever she wants. We'll just happen to be in the same place.
Noah, I don't agree with that at all. There is no way we're taking her on this trip with us. Doesn't she know what a honeymoon is? It's not something she should be joining us on. And why don't you know that? What makes you think bringing your mom is okay?
I mean, she told me to take her with us, so I didn't really think twice about it. She's my mom after all. There's no way I can go against what she says.
Why not? It should be perfectly acceptable in this situation. You really don't think it's weird to bring your parent along with you on a honeymoon vacation? Because it definitely is.
Even if I know my mom is wrong, I can't go against what she says. I understand what you're saying, I just can't do it. I have an idea. Why don't you say something? You're the one who has a real issue with it too, so you should say something to her instead of me.
Are you serious? We just got married and you want me to do that? There is no way me telling her she can't come looks good on me as a daughter-in-law.
See? So let's just accept it and move on. Reservations for 3, please. On top of that, my mom is really stubborn, so I'm certain she won't change her opinion no matter what we say. Oh, just hurry up and make those reservations, please. It's peak season, so everything will fill up if you don't. Remember? Oh, thank you.
It's as if I didn't have a choice. Whatever. I was really looking forward to this trip too, but now I'll have to deal with this. It shouldn't have to be like this. Noah, we have to leave really early tomorrow. How long do you plan on being out? Actually, did you even pack yet? It looks like your suitcase hasn't even been touched. It's closed up and packed away in the closet.
Did you already pack and prepare what you need for the trip?
Yeah, I've pretty much gotten everything together that I need. I've been preparing for a few weeks now.
So, you're finished? Great, then you can pack my stuff too.
Why do I have to pack your bags? Do it yourself. I knew you didn't prepare anything.
I have no idea what I should pack for an overseas trip. You would be doing me a lot of help. You're already used to things like this. It'll only take you a few minutes, won't it?
Whether it's a trip overseas or a domestic trip, you're basically packing the same things. There's not much of a difference. It's simple. So come home and pack your clothes.
It's better to take a smaller bag along with me to use when traveling overseas, right? What about medicine? Do you take that with you just in case you get sick or start to feel weird? And clothes? I have no idea how many sets of clothes I should take with me either.
You really don't need to put that much thought into it. You're worrying too much. Worst case scenario is you'll forget something small. If that happens, you can just buy it from one of the stores in Spain. Just hurry up and get home so you can prepare what you need and we can leave on time.
You don't have to say stuff like that. You don't understand because you're used to traveling, and packing is nothing to you now. Why don't you just help me out a bit?
I did all of the paperwork and reservation preparation for the trip, didn't I? The least you can do is pack your own bags. Why would you put us in a position to have this pointless argument the day right before our trip?
I didn't do anything. You're the one who's deciding to get mad.
That's because you're making me do all of this extra work just so you don't have to. At this point, it would be 100% easier for me to just go on this trip alone. Wait, where are you even at right now?
I'm at my family's house. I came to check in on my mom.
For what? Aren't you going to see her tomorrow? You're just wasting time.
She called me over. She wanted me to come help her prepare for the trip tomorrow.
So you have the time to go and help your mom pack when you haven't even packed your own clothes? And then you have the nerve to try and make me pack your stuff?
You know my mom isn't in the best state of health. She can barely carry her own bags. I'd feel horrible not helping her out right now. Besides, I'm just gonna pack everything I'm told, so it won't take long at all.
Aren't you being a bit of a mommy's boy?
No, I'm not. This is normal. Plus, I can't turn her down when she asks me for help.
I know your mom can be scary at times, but you need to stand up for yourself. And stop making it always seem like it's your mom's fault. I am tired of this. Just hurry up and get yourself home and pack your bags. Stop doing whatever you want and trying to make me do everything for you.
Okay, fine. I'll be home soon. Just tell me one thing.
What now?
Can we use the same phone charger overseas that we use here?
No, you can't use the same one overseas. The outlets are different, so you won't be able to plug the charger into the wall.
Then how am I supposed to charge my phone?
I have an adapter and we'll bring it with us, so don't worry about it.
Wait, what about the internet? Are you saying that I won't be able to use the internet either?
Relax, you can use the internet there. I'm going to rent a pocket Wi-Fi, so again, don't worry about it.
Oh, you are? Oh, that's a relief. Oh, yeah, I heard there's a lot of pickpockets overseas too. Is that true? Would it be better for me to leave my backpack in the hotel when we walk around, or should I just not take it at all? What should I take with me?
That was way more than one question, Noah.
I'm sorry, but when I worry about one thing, more and more come to mind. I just can't help it.
How about you put in some effort and research it yourself? If you do that, I'm sure the answers will come up.
Well, yeah, but it's easier to ask you. And my mom keeps asking questions too. You already know the answers, so just tell me.
Are you seriously blaming your mom again? Give me a break. You've done nothing at all to prepare for this trip. I've done everything. Honest to God, I'm tired of this. Do not ask me to do anything else for you for this entire trip.
All I did was ask a few simple questions. No need for you to get so upset. Please, just calm down.
Hey, respond to my texts. Your plane should have already arrived in Spain by now.
Yeah, we arrived. Oh my gosh, riding in a plane for 15 hours is exhausting.
Okay, great. So isn't it about time you tell me what the heck is going on? Why did you leave me at the airport?
I didn't have a choice, I'm sorry. You went to the bathroom right before we had to board the plane, and it didn't seem like you'd make it out on time.
Okay, but you took my ticket with you too. Why would you do that? Are you sure you weren't just trying to stop me from boarding the plane?
Why would I do something like that? I'd never do that, Ashley. You know that.
You're right. I do know. And I also know you're a liar. You and your mom did something to me, didn't you?
What do you mean?
There is no way I'd feel like that out of nowhere. I didn't even eat before the flight. I always make sure my health is perfect before I fly. And you expect me to believe you and your mother had nothing to do with my stomach suddenly acting up? That aside, I can't believe you'd actually leave your wife behind knowing she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, but it would have been a waste of money considering we paid so much for the flights.
You knew things would end up this way, didn't you? You planned everything so that I wouldn't feel well right before boarding the flight, didn't you? Don't act stupid. Tell me the truth.
To be honest, yeah, I wanted you to just stay home in New York.
What did you do to me?
Do you remember the coffee I made for you the morning of our flight? I put laxatives in it, but I only put the recommended amount for a normal adult. My mom gave me the medicine to put in your coffee, and she said it was safe.
What the hell? Are you serious right now? Did you really go out of your way to trick and make me drink that?
I didn't have a choice. My mom said she wanted to go on a trip, just the two of us, and that you'd be in the way of us having a good time.
So you're saying you got rid of me because your mom said I would be in the way of that? And on top of that, you actually listened to your mom about this?
Even if you came, there's no way you would have fun anyway. My mom would most likely make you feel very left out and alone. It's much better for you to stay at home. I definitely made the right choice in leaving you there. You'll have more fun compared to if you would have come with us.
Why are you saying this as if you just did me this huge favor? What you did is unbelievable, you know that, right? There's no possible way you can justify this. You, more than anyone, know just how much I was looking forward to this trip. Do you even know how I feel? You left me behind, and I did all the work to put the trip together.
I know, and that's why I feel bad for leaving you.
If you felt bad, you wouldn't have done something like this in the first place. Even after seeing how much work I put into this trip, you decided to do this.
I already told you I can't go against my mom. Whatever she says goes.
I'm tired of hearing that. All you do is blame your mom for everything. In this situation, you're both equally guilty in my eyes.
Are you still at the airport?
Why would I still be at the airport? It's obvious that I'm already back home. I'd feel even worse by staying there. Not to mention my stomach still hasn't stopped hurting. I can't believe you did this to me. I feel like I could pass out at any time now because of dehydration. I feel terrible.
I'm sorry. Maybe I put a little too much in your coffee.
Do you really think apologizing is going to change anything?
When I get home, I'll buy you anything you want. Anything. Just name it. I'll bring you a lot of souvenirs too. I'll be sure to only get the things that you like. Oh, so please, don't be mad at me. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Do you think I'm some kind of idiot? There is no way I'd ever forgive you for doing this to me.
We already left, so this conversation is kind of pointless. There's nothing I can do at this point. You can go on a trip another time. I'm sure you'll have many chances. This time, just be okay with letting my mom go on the trip. She's old and doesn't come across many chances like this.
What are you talking about? This whole conversation is about how I should be there with you, not who should have or should not have gone. Saying I should just be okay with letting your mom go makes no sense.
Like I said before, you would have just been in the way. If you're here, there's no way my mom would be able to enjoy herself.
So this is what it comes down to. No matter what, your mom is always going to be just that much more important to you than me, huh? You just planned to use me from the beginning? You did everything to make sure I planned this trip and enabled the two of you to go. Wow.
Look, let's just end this conversation. We're going in circles, and I don't want either of us to say something we might regret. Me and my mom are both tired from the jet lag, too. I want to sleep. We still have to board the train, get to the hotel, and unpack. I'm too tired to argue with you.
I will never forgive you for this. After what you've done, I'll make sure neither of you have a good time on that trip.
Ashley, what the heck is going on? They're saying we don't have any hotel reservations. And now they're saying the tour was canceled too. Maybe it's a mistake. Yeah, they made a mistake, right? What should I do about this? Help! Ashley, are you there? Hello? Hello? I know you're seeing my texts. You're always looking at your phone. Answer me, we need help. I don't know what to do. Hello? Ashley, answer me.
Ugh, you're so annoyingly persistent. What do you want, Noah?
What are they talking about canceled? What's going on? Didn't you make the reservation? We can't check into the hotel.
I know, and yes, I did make the reservation. Then I canceled it. I canceled everything that we had planned.
Wait, what? How? It's nighttime back home, isn't it?
The time difference doesn't matter. It could be 6 p.m. there and 12 a.m. here, and I could still cancel. I contacted the hotel directly, so it doesn't matter what time it is here.
Oh, you're lying, right?
It actually took you longer than expected to get to the hotel from the airport. Did y'all stop somewhere on the way?
We didn't really understand how to navigate the train, so it took a lot of time. My mom kept saying that she was tired and her feet hurt. So we stopped at a cafe to rest for a bit. It was hard to ask for help at the cafe, and it took so long before we figured out where to go from there.
Well, it actually worked out. Thanks for taking so long to get to the hotel. It was a great help to me. Thanks to that, I was able to cancel everything before you arrived.
Is this your way of getting revenge for us leaving you? I don't even understand Spanish, so I have no way of conversing with the people at the front desk. What the heck should I do about this?
I guess all you can do is look for a new hotel by yourself. But good luck with that. Last time I checked, every hotel was fully booked. You might want to hurry up with that, too. If you don't, your mom might start complaining and saying she's tired again.
Oh my gosh, all she's been doing is complaining this entire time.
Wow, that's happening even though there's no one there to get in the way of you two? For someone who hasn't done anything themselves to sit there and complain is just ridiculous. Your mom really is the worst.
If you know, then help me, Ashley, please.
Why should I have to help you? Why don't you get your head on straight and figure out what to do about it yourself? All the two of you do is leave everything to everyone else to figure out for you. You never do anything yourselves.
Why are you suddenly being so harsh? I'll do anything. Just help already.
You'll do anything for me? There's nothing I want you to do for me, Noah. Plus, how would you do anything for me? We're already broken up. I have no need for that.
What do you mean by broken up?
Obviously, I'm telling you that I'm divorcing you. I'll prepare all the paperwork, so don't worry. I'll also be moved out before you get back, so don't worry about that either. We won't have to see each other.
Now, hold on a second. You're moving out? Where are you going to?
I'll just go to my family's house for now. I called my parents as soon as you left me by myself looking like an idiot in that airport. My dad came all the way to the airport to pick me up. He was pissed. My mom was too. They said they're going to get a lawyer and everything else I need ready for this divorce, so you better prepare yourself.
Wait, so you're at your family's house right now?
Yep, I am. When I wake up in the morning, I'll be going by the house with my parents to get all of my things. I extended the time until you'd be back, so I'll make sure I get everything done slowly and carefully.
You're saying you're even preparing a lawyer? So, what exactly are you planning to do?
I'm making sure you pay me back for the flight, the cancellation fee, and reparations. I was stuck in the airport for hours because of the coffee you made me drink. I couldn't move at all. That literally is the same as you causing me incidental injury.
If that's the case, you put us in a bad position too. You canceled our reservations even though you knew I have no experience traveling abroad. Now we don't have anywhere to stay. Maybe we'll just sleep outside. Maybe we'll get lucky and not freeze to death.
Are you serious? You do know it's not safe enough to do that, right? Would you do that here in New York? You can go to sleep outside, but there's a chance you might be robbed, or worse. Some of your things may be gone when you wake up.
Robbed? Are you serious? I thought it was safer here.
Yeah, it may be a little safer, but the risk is just about the same as if you were back here. There are definitely worse countries you could have gone to. Nevertheless, it's still pretty dangerous there.
So I shouldn't sleep outside?
Isn't that obvious from everything I just said? It's dangerous enough just walking outside alone at night. I can't even imagine how bad it would be to sleep out there. You'll definitely wake up with your wallet and phone missing. There's actually a chance that you just won't wake up at all, too. You need to be careful.
So I really shouldn't sleep outside then?
I have literally been saying that the whole time. How many times do you want me to repeat myself? I have a good idea. If a mugger does show up, why don't you use your mom as a shield? Your mom is pretty scary, so the guy might actually run away.
There is no way in hell I could do that.
Wow, so your mom really is useless. But I guess that's where you get it from. You're both pretty useless.
Look, I understand you're angry. I get it. It took me a while to realize, but what I did was messed up. I'm really, really sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry.
Do you think an apology is going to save you? If you want to sleep outside, please, be my guest. To be honest, I could care less about what happens to you at this point. I just want my money.
Ashley, please don't say that. I'm begging you, so please just help me.
I am not nice enough to help a random person. Figure that out yourself. Enjoy the remaining 6 days you have in Spain. I'm so happy I could help you and your mom create this wonderful memory together. In the end, it seems like that idiot and his mom went back to the airport and stayed the night there. On the second day, they were able to find somewhere to stay, but the only places left were crappy hotels. Apparently, they stayed in a filthy room and were bitten by bugs all night. My mother-in-law was bitten by a strange bug and had to go to the dermatologist for a while after returning back to New York. The two of them had no idea where to go for sightseeing, so my mother-in-law was constantly in a terrible mood. It seems neither of them were able to enjoy themselves for the entire trip. On the day they arrived back in the States, my dad went to the airport and waited for Noah's plane to arrive. And as soon as Noah stepped through the gate, my dad grabbed him by the collar and began yelling at him profusely while he was kneeling down on the ground. After that, Noah paid me reparations. Because his mom was at the center of the whole thing and made me drink the coffee, I had her pay me too. When my lawyer threatened her with a lawsuit, she offered $20,000 in reparations. I accepted and we settled out of court. After losing all of her savings, my mother-in-law clung to Noah like a parasite and depended on him for everything. Inevitably, the two of them would have a falling out, or Noah will just abandon his mother and run away. No matter which one happens, it does not seem like either of them will be having a bright future ahead. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and follow. As always, thank you for your support.